Fusion Radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll. All in one station. Mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY New Waverly, Texas. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
The program presented are submitted by members of our community and are a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM. The views expressed do not necessarily reflect those of KNLY 91.1 FM and its affiliates.
Fearless Friday right here at 91.1 The Boss, your Fusion radio station. I'm Orlando Daniels. I have a wonderful guest sharing with me on today, Brent Holmes of Anvil Roofers. I have quite a few questions for this gentleman, but I wanted to give him the opportunity first to introduce himself, talk to us a little bit about his business, and then we're going to talk real good about some of the things that I believe our listeners out there listening desire to know in relations to roofing.
Awesome.
So talk to me.
Oh, sounds great. Thanks for having me, Orlando. Really glad to be here. Great meeting you last night at the festival. Great fireworks show that the township put on for us.
Yes,
Had
sir.
a good time. Anvil Roofers, we were formed really kind of with the vision of updating what people think of when they think of roofing, right? A lot of industries have gone through a facelift. They've adapted new technologies and things. So we looked at roofing and said, there's an opportunity here. Let's see if we can help update the roofing industry. We were able to put together a team with decades of experience and really all facets of roofing, right? So from project management to our foremen to our insurance specialists, we took a very experienced, talented group of people, and then we said, how can we update this group of people and really take it to the next level? And what we did is we started getting software, right? Hail analysis software, satellite imagery for the homes. We use drone technology, a lot of different things like that. When you take all that technology, all the other industries are using this technology already, including insurance companies, right?
Wow. Okay. And
so by getting savvy in all this, we're able to speak the same language as the big insurance companies or anyone else we're dealing with, and it's helpful. It usually leads to a positive impact for our customers getting what they need, which is a good roof on their head.
Meeting you on last night, I got the opportunity actually to see the circle that's around you. And I think I mentioned this to you early on, having that support system, having that support group, and they literally pushed you in coming here because the opportunity presented itself. But also when you talk about having that support system, having that support team, and having your staff in place, those who not only aid you in doing what it is that you do, but the overall customer, and that is the key thing. And I think when a lot of people think about roofing and all of these jobs, especially being here in Houston, I think, for me, moving from Atlanta, I am still adjusting. And I've been here actually going on 11 years. I've gone back and forth and lived in other states, being involved in other businesses and endeavors. But one of the things that I've noticed, especially in the industry that you're in, is the integrity that either is shown or is they're lacking the integrity, especially when we talk about how the weather is here. I think I've said this to so many people. This weather here is capricious. It's subject to change without notice. It's fickle. It's bipolar. You just never know what you're going to get.
That's right.
And so, we're familiar with being hurricane season coming up, things of that nature. What are some of the experiences or challenges you've had when it came to aiding others in needing help, being assisted in roofing? And then I have a question, because I remember, and I don't know, I'm outdated, don't even remember the last time I had to have anything done to a roof. What's the difference between the blue, and I got several questions, the blue stuff that they put on top, that's the tarp, I guess that's what it's called?
If you just have a leak, someone come tarp it for you. That's the initial.
And there's no tar being utilized anymore, or what are the shingles? What do you all use, and what is the most effective material to utilize when dealing with roofing?
Sure. So, everything we use is updated now. So some examples you're talking about would be a change from felt paper to synthetic underlayment, right? Even the new shingles these days, the reflectivity that they have, the integrity of them, the amount of asphalt on them, we only use the best materials. So there's been a lot of advantages, like we were talking about in technology. Regarding the team of people, Mattress Mac said something once that really kind of resonated with me. He said, to be a good entrepreneur, it's late to bed, early to rise, work like hell, and advertise. And that's really easy. Or not easy. I should say it's you can internalize that as a business owner and run with that hard. The harder thing is to find a team of people that can internalize that and have the same output that you have as the owner. We were able to do that with the guys that we had, really by empowering them, right? The other thing that we're able to do is really kind of make trades cool again. My story, I started, 18 years old, I enlisted in the Navy.
Wow.
I spent 3 years of my 4 years overseas working on helicopters for the Navy. Got out of that, came back home. I'm from East Texas originally. Came back home, used all my benefits to go through school, and then like any good Texan, I went into oil and gas. Worked in oil and gas, did big project management, things like that. And I was working in an office a lot, and it was a good experience, but something was calling me back to the trades of my younger days, right? And that's why we got back into roofing. We got into roofing. There was an opportunity there, and it's been a good recipe for success so far.
Thank you so much, first of all, for your service. When we consider, like the 4th of July,
Sure.
Sometimes we don't really acknowledge those who've aided in the freedom and the liberty that we have. And then just to hear you say you've gone from several different careers as it relates to your background. But one of the things that I'm always intrigued by, how is it going from being employed to now being the employer?
It's amazing and it's awful, right? it's both at the same time, and I think it depends on what day you're asking me. But in general, it's amazing, and it all goes back really to the group of people. There's only so much one person can do. That's something the military teaches you, right? A team of people is a lot stronger than a single person. There's some more things. You're only as strong as your weakest link. All of those apply to running a business. I don't think that we would have the success, or I would have the sanity that I have now without the team of guys that I have behind me. And their passion really is contagious. It's contagious to the people that we bring into the company. We go after new college grads now, like going back to making trades cool. We try to get new college grads into the industry to look at it. It's been a good ride so far.
I guess one of the key things that I think a lot of people would like to know, you made the statement in relations to Mattress Max. I'm in a group called Biz Connect. It's a group full of entrepreneurs. What does a typical day look like for Brent Holmes and Anvil?
Sure.
Getting up early in the morning, what does a typical day look like for you?
Yeah.
Especially having to get out early. We were talking about the heat being here in Houston. I applaud you, because I just don't know if I can, first of all, be out on a roof and just any of that heat being out there. Like I said yesterday, when I got hired on here, I didn't know all the details that would be required.
Sure.
Other than I thought I'll be behind the microphone, looking good, showing off a little swag, going to a couple of events. But walking up hills, going upstairs,
Yeah.
Listen, it was hot.
Yeah.
And just being out in the heat. And I really don't do the heat well, but I love my job.
Sure.
And my career and what I'm called to do. So for you, how is it? And you don't have a real tan. You don't have a tan. I got a tan. I was shaving my head this morning, and I was looking like, man, you got a tan.
Yeah.
So how do you avoid what most people find themselves contending with, as far as the heat?
Yeah.
How do you handle that, being out there?
Well, talk about it, looking at my day as we walk through it. The two primary things that are on my mind when I wake up are safety,
Okay.
And that's paramount throughout our entire organization, right? Is every single person from our office staff to the person up on top of the roof is being safe that day. That goes to managing your fluids, to also managing that you're tied off correctly, right?
Okay.
So safety, and then attention to detail is the other thing that I'm really focused on, right? We really pay attention to all of the details. We install roofing systems that are warranted by the largest manufacturer of shingles in the world, really.
Okay.
And we're certified to do that. So the attention to detail it takes to be able to put that roofing system on somebody's house, get them the lifetime warranty that comes with that. It's a lot, and that's really what I focus a lot on. There's also a lot of team buildings, making sure that everybody is on the same page when they're talking to our customer or working on a job, right? We really we celebrate each other's successes really well, and people perform when they're being celebrated and when they're getting recognized for the good things that they're doing.
I agree. Here's something, and I don't know if it's going to be one of those questions that stumps you, but what sets Anvil apart? Anvil Roofers apart from any other roofing company that's out here, and we can't go by your swag. You got the beard.
Sure,
we can't
sure.
go by. I'm serious because
Yeah.
when we think about when people choose businesses, okay, they have certain means by which they check the actual integrity of the business.
Yeah.
They got Angie List. You got so many other places. People run to Google.
Yep.
But for you, if none of those things were in place and they were to interact, they see you out with your logo on. What would be the key thing that you could share that says, I'm the roofer for you. I'm the best man for this job?
Yeah. So really, our attention to customers, it doesn't matter if you're in a tiny house or a large commercial building. We have the exact same processes. We give the same attention to detail to every single one of our customers, right?
That is important.
Yeah, it's super important, super important. Everybody that works for me is somebody that's going to be in your house. They're going to be sitting at your kitchen table. They're going to be reviewing insurance paperwork with you. They're all consultants who work with us. They're here to help educate our customers on the best way to go about getting a roof, right? That's a real big differentiating factor for us alone, right? It's just having the quality of people that you can trust. The other thing is that talking about reviews, I know we're saying those aren't in place, but we have nothing but 5-star reviews, and that, again, thank you. Yeah, it goes back to my guys. If you go through and look through our reviews, the customers are calling out my project managers by name and saying, hey, these guys came out and they did this, they did that. An example is we'll go out, we do free inspections, talking about the volatility in the weather. If anybody ever has an issue, if just I heard something fall on my roof, they can call us and we'll go out and we do a free inspection, right? We have reviews where we go out, we do an inspection. We don't just come down like a lot, some roofers may come down and say, hey, you have damage, We will tell you if you don't have damage. We will tell you if your roof is good. We'll tell you how many years you have left, and we'll tell you if you have a bad roof, right?
The integrity of just being in business is key.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I want to do is give you the opportunity to share not only your information,
Sure.
the means by which people can get in contact with you. And I am actually 100% behind Anvil Roofers, all because you're genuine, your spirit, it communicates that you are actually about not just the business, but the clientele or the customer that you service. So give them some information so they can get in contact with you.
Sure, please give us a call. Our phone number is 832-758-5624. You can go on our website, www.anvilroofers.com. We also have a Facebook page. Reach out anytime. You can contact us on our website via form, or you can just give us a call. One of my partners, one of my project managers are always standing by to answer the phone.
Once again, this is Anvil Roofers, Brent Holmes. I encourage you to follow along, get connected. If you have any issues with your roof, I want you to follow him. I'm Orlando Daniel signing off with today's Entrepreneur, and thank you again. Enjoy your weekend. It is Friday. Have fun.
That's right.
Be blessed.